Hi everybody and welcome to this Formula for Success webinar, and looking forward to another great edition and sharing some great content with you. And as you can see, this week's edition is reveals the 10 foods about your strict potential. And this one thing I always stress to clients and followers that you can exercise all you want, but if your food isn't right, you're not going to get the results you should. Food really does determine the results you get, both in your physical shape and fat or muscle building, or if it's sport performance, as well your health and disease prevention. So it's really important to get the foods to you. And as I said, fat-stripping potential things. If you're not eating the right foods, it's going to happen for you to the extent of it. And then, like on today's webinar, specific foods increase your fat burning massively, and that's what we're going to cover on the presentation. So as always, feel free at any stage to type in your questions into the chat box, and we'll get them at some stage. First thing I want to stress to you guys is, fat stripping isn't about dieting. So I want you to get that word out of your vocabulary and to stop following these crazy diets, because diets don't work. And the first three letters of diet tells you what they make your body do. So D-I-E, diet. They make your body die. And that's exactly what happens, because your metabolism drops dramatically. And that's why people who go on diets don't end up getting long-term results. They might achieve some pretty incredible, in certain situations, short-term results, but they end up worse off within weeks or months after that. So don't follow diets. What you want to do is create a nutrition plan. Follow a nutrition plan, and one that you can follow for life. That's what's really important. Another thing I want to stress to you, when people are looking to lose fat, most time they're going for fat-free. So it's the whole fat-free craze and fat-free foods. The reality is the fat-free foods are not good for you in pretty much all cases. And the reason is, a simple example would be if you took something like a yogurt, for instance, you take an original, it tastes nice. The reasons it tastes nice, there's the fat in it and whatever else is in there. Now if you take the ones that are fat-free, they still taste nice. However, if you took the original and you took out all the fat, it wouldn't taste nice. It would taste disgusting and it would never sell. So what they have to do is they have to make it taste good by putting loads of chemicals and usually lots of sugars, artificial sweet, and so on. So in the majority, 99.9% of cases, you're going to actually have the full normal version of foods, then fat-free or 90% fat-free, and so on. Okay, so remember, it's marketing. Like, the food industry is a business, so they're always making new angles of how to get new markets or hit new trends. And like the fat-free trend hit about 20, 30 years ago, and there was a massive craze, massive bunch of products brought out, and they still do. But don't follow them. Don't use these products. They are not beneficial. And the key thing about, fat stripping is, and the different things I'm going to share with you, this is what we want to prevent, all the time in everything that we share in our weekly webinars. We don't want to have obesity. We don't want to lead to ill health. We don't want to, have any of these situations where lacking confidence, hating the way you look, the disease, the lack of energy, all these things that happen. This is what we want. Now, for some of you, this may feel too extreme. What I mean by showing this picture is, you want to look good, you want to be lean, you want to be sculpted to a certain degree, whether you want to be this extreme or more extreme or less, but you just want to be fit and healthy, and that's what's important. And we want to fight the diseases, the killer diseases out there. People are dying from heart attacks and strokes at a rapid rate. Diabetes is on the rise, especially in kids. Cancer has become the #1 killer throughout the world and is growing and growing, despite billions supposedly being invested wisely into finding cures, when the reality is, like for all of these, the cure is in your decisions on what you put into your mouth, how you cope with stress, where do you keep active, how good your mindset is. That's the cure. And this is what people hear, and this is what we're passionate about spreading on our webinars and coaching and so on. This is what we want to avoid. We want to avoid premature death. We ought to be living well into our 80s, 90s, even in reality over 100s. That's what we should be doing. And those tribes that live in, untouched rainforests and live basically from the land and, haven't got the pollution, that's the ages we're living to, 100, 120, those kind of ages. In the Western world typically, or any developed worlds, people are dying 50s and 60s is pretty common. And even for kids, depending on, what your state of health is. So your vibrant health awaits you, but it will only happen if you make the right decisions. And the thing is getting control, which is like getting the information that you're getting on the webinar, then go and take action with it. Like in all our webinars, I stress, take action when I'm telling you in the information. Use it. Like I hope from last week's, you implemented some of those strategies and felt the results. Well, this week implements by adding some of the foods to your nutrition plan over the next few days, and you will see results. And that's what happens. Just like if you don't take any action, you won't see results. Bottom line, it all rests with you. You know, and people who are on our webinars every week, they see these slides every week because it's so important that you start taking responsibility. Start taking personal responsibility for where your life is right now, where your health is right now, you know, where your happiness is right now. You know, if you're not in the life you want to lead, start taking action and start moving in the right direction. My promise you after this presentation is basically that you will know 10 foods that you need to add to your nutrition plan if you've not already done so. Or if you already eat them, you need to eat more of them, and you'll understand why. You'll understand why they're beneficial for fat burning, because that's what we're on this webinar for this evening. You'll understand the many health benefits of that. You'll also know 10 foods that will increase your longevity, increase your chances of preventing killer diseases, as well as accelerating fat loss and skyrocketing energy levels. These are all things that you're all interested in, right? Who here wants to have, you know, huge energy, look better, look leaner, and prevent your chances of getting killer diseases such as cancer and diabetes and heart attacks? Great, lots of do's, yes. Why? Great. Because that's, you know, it might seem like a silly question, but it needs to get asked. Because you need to become, again, more conscious of what you're doing and start living, again, you know, with intent, and start living with the right decisions. That's what's really crucial. So let's get ready to strip some fat, okay? And as I said, take note of what I'm saying here, take note of the foods, and start looking at how you're going to incorporate them into your nutrition plan. First thing we're going to cover is essential fat containing foods, high essential fat containing foods, such as avocados and nuts and nut butters, okay? These are massively impactful on your fat burning levels. Now, what you'll notice in our presentations are, for those who don't know, like I recommend a vegan lifestyle. So that's a totally 100% plant-based lifestyle. That's why I don't have essential fat containing foods like oily fish, like salmon, trout, and mackerel on the screen. If you do wish, they're the fish to eat because they will contain the essential fat containing foods. But again, I'm an advocate of moving to 100% plant-based nutrition plan, which I know many of you have completely moved to. Like Lorena in Hawaii sent me a wonderful email recently about the impact it's had on her life, and many others have either moved there or they are in the process of moving more and more plant-based. So this will just keep open to the information and make the right choices and right changes. So what happens is, you know, we all have fat-burning genes and hormones, and if you don't have them switched on, then the body finds it very hard to use fat as a fuel. And this is what happens if you avoid oil or essential fat containing foods like nuts and nut butters and avocados. So it's really important to consume these foods on a regular basis. And it's very easy to do so. Like I use, for instance, nut butters with oat cakes a lot of the time. Or I'll throw it into smoothies. Or it's easy to grab a handful of nuts. Avocados are fantastic in a smoothie, in the texture, the creamy texture that they give them. Also can use it in salads. You know, you can use it as sandwiches. You know, you can use it in heavy guacamole to have with chili. You know, there's many different uses, many different ways of having these foods. So this is where there's no real excuse not to add these things. And for some of you, might go, avocado, I don't like that. The next question I would really ask always, and that is, have you ever tried it? The majority of the time people haven't. So I want you, like this information to be open, I want to be open with the foods. It happened to something before. Don't judge it. How can you judge when you like something just by the look? How many people out there who like that? Like, how many people are here have never tried an avocado because of how it looks? So just type in here for me so I know. Don't, yeah, that's right, exactly. So again, all the seeds, you can blend seeds as well with nuts and nut butters and avocados. So like flax and hemp and chia and so on, all the different seeds. Exactly right, Donald. Thanks for the share. Okay, so a few of you haven't tried the avocado. So, you know, use it, throw it into something. Okay, it's very important to use it in something. Richie, you're saying sometimes you tried it a bit bland. Yeah, like it's not typically something, you know, some people will do this where they'll pretty much get a spoon and eat it. Put it into something. Easiest way to have it, okay? So put it into something. I love it in sandwiches or in smoothies. Just a nice creamy texture it gives us. It's fantastic the texture it gives. So again, so you understand, these foods are really important because they increase your fat burning because switching on the fat burning gene and hormone, which are switched off if you don't eat them. So when people are avoiding nuts especially, which is a typical one that's kicked into touch, Because a lot of these so-called diets claim that if you eat all this fat, it's going to make you fat. Nuts and nut butter are not going to make you fat. Okay, they will help to accelerate your fat burning. Okay, so very important again to add these foods. Okay, that'll be the first group. Next one, very, very important, is water. You might think water, how, one, it's not a food, and two, how can it, burn fat? But one, in terms of when I say food, I'm considering anything that's something you consume into your body, anything that nourishes your body, and water is actually something that is a huge nourisher of your body. And we are 75% water. And 40% water, what do you think we really need? Keep working at optimum. It's like a car, if it doesn't have enough petrol or the right quality petrol, it's not going to work correctly. It's absolutely massive. And the reason it's going to have it here in terms of fat burning is, one, if you have your body properly hydrated, your body will function the way it should. So all your systems will function correctly. Okay? Every single one of them. Also, you'll be better able to perform well in your training. So if you're exercising, you'll have more oomph, you'll have more energy because your body is properly hydrated. If your body isn't properly hydrated, that's how your body gets cramps, and that's how your body will get stitches and things like that. And that will slow down your progress, slow down your efforts. Whereas if you can keep properly hydrated, your body won't be as stiff and it'll be more agile, it won't get injured as easily, you'll be able to move faster, you play better, your brain as well. Your brain is 80% water, and it doesn't store it, so it relies on your consumption. So if you're not consuming enough water, your brain can't function the way it should function. Okay, so again, taking sport or take just daily life, sitting at a desk doing your work, whatever you may be, kids and do. If your brain isn't properly hydrated, then you can't function properly either. So water is just so huge in how we function. And another important thing about water from fat burning is the water, a huge purpose and reason to drink it is its detox, and a huge part of its benefits to us and its use is that it detoxes our body. That's why you need to drink a lot of it every day, because it basically goes into your system, grabs the rubbish toxins and sweeps it out of your body, out in your urine. Okay, so this is why we drink water. This is why everyone needs it. It's a constant thing going on inside us, and that's what an amazing thing our bodies are. Because our bodies are truly amazing. Like this, it's literally flushing it out, flushing the bad out of your body. So it's really important to drink lots and lots of water, and I would highly recommend that you drink 4, 5, 6 liters of water a day. Now, if you're a person who drinks only half a liter or 1 liter a day, just double it. And make that a habit for a week, and then add on more again, and so on. Like I personally drink 6 liters of water a day, and I'm constantly flushing out because that's a lot of water to get through my system. But it makes my body work at its optimum. It's taking out all the bad stuff, and no matter how healthy you may be and how well you may eat or how well you might take care of your body, you cannot avoid toxins unless you pretty much live in an untouched rainforest and live a plant-based lifestyle and act free of stress. It is impossible. So we can't avoid, right now as you look at the computer, radiation coming from it. Your mobile phone is probably near you, there's more radiation coming from that. So even though you might be super, not eating anything bad, you're still taking in toxins into your body because of that, that need to be flushed out. Because everyone understands how important water is, because I really want you to grasp this, because it's super, super important. It really is the most important thing for you to put into your body for so many reasons. And again, if we look at it from fat burning point of view, if you're not consuming enough water, then your body can't burn fat as it should, because your metabolism is going to be a lot slower. Your energy system is going to be a lot slower, your excretion system, digestive system, everything's slower. So your body can't function the way it should. So it's actually absolutely impossible for you to get the fat burning that you could. So something as simple as just increasing your water will dramatically increase fat burning in just the next week. And this is where, if you're not doing it right now, if you're not drinking a lot of water, drink more water, and let's see what happens in the end of the week. And I guarantee you will feel slimmer. Okay? So as I said, from a water perspective, don't forget about the 6 liters I said. If you're currently on 5 or 6 liters a day, then grand. Go for 6, but if you're around half a liter or a liter, as most people are, just work on doubling it. That'd be a huge improvement. Okay, next one, citrus fruits. Okay, citrus fruits, when they react inside your body, they cause an effect that makes your body burn more fat. Okay? So, and it's a vitamin C as well. Vitamin C helps the absorption of the fat in terms of getting burnt. So the vitamin C is so important in all your citrus fruits. So citrus fruits is a big one again, and they're so simple to incorporate into your lifestyle, whether you eat them on their own, whether you put them into juices, whether you're having it could be a few chopped up pieces with some yogurt or something like that. There's always some way of getting some citrus fruits into your body. So make sure that you're doing this. And this is what I'm saying at the start, like, these are easy foods to incorporate into your lifestyle. You just have to make a habit of it, okay? Make a habit, make a routine. So citrus fruits, the third one, okay? So that's what's happening. It's the vitamin C, which is super important for your body anyway. We want to blast our body with as much antioxidants as we possibly can. And that's what citrus fruits will have an abundance of, okay? So again, when I'm saying they're rich, it's this vitamin C. It's helping your body to utilize fat more as a fuel. So the more vitamin C in your body, the more fat gets used as a fuel. Is that okay, Rich? Make sense? Okay. So that's where the citrus fruits is important. Okay? Okay, so that's citrus fruits. Just keep your questions coming in, guys. If we don't answer them during, we'll answer them after. We'll keep typing them in. Okay, now, this slide, a little misleading until I explain it. What I'm saying here is, this is actually a big reason why you've got fat in your body. Okay, this is a big reason why everyone has fat in their body. It's a big reason why everyone has terrible diseases, or they're open to getting diseases and all ill health, and if someone's got asthma and so on. Dairy. Dairy is without doubt the number one thing that I will stress you need to eliminate from your life. Okay? It's completely acidic, okay? Completely acidic. And that, the more acidic your body is, the more open it is to contracting diseases. Okay, so it's very important to make sure that your body is as alkaline as possible. That's why the whole alkaline diet has become so popular, because it's so important for your health as much as anything else. Again, like with water, if you're acidic, it's not going to break the way sugar is designed. Okay, now as well as that, we're not actually designed to consume dairy or milk, which is in your cheese and in more milk, because it's for a calf. Okay, it's for a calf. It's a female breast milk is for her baby. Breast milk is for its baby. A goat's breast milk is for the kid. So a cow's breast milk is for the calf. Okay, and it's designed for that. And we are completely different altogether to a cow. Now they have 5 stomachs. The calf's 200 pounds at birth, it goes to 2,000 pounds within 2 years. That's 10 increase in weight in 2 years. When you take a baby at birth, it's usually 8 or 9 pounds. At the age of 2, it's probably about 2 stone or so. That's just over a 2 increase. Calves are 10. Okay, so it's designed to add huge amounts of weight, weight onto the body. And this is where a lot of people practice because of the dairy that they've had. And it also is a reason that diseases and ailments and so on are out there. So it's very important for you to kick it into touch, and it is quite a hard one for people to grasp. Easy open so on. But you need to, again, use your common sense. If you saw, say there's a picture of a calf, and I'm sucking off the calf, wouldn't you think that was a pretty strange picture? Okay, because I actually used one in a webinar of a woman with a calf. Or, sorry, that's actually what that looks strange, but we don't see it that way. The other one that's strange as well is if you saw a calf being breastfed by a woman, a human woman. That would be pretty strange as well. So it's just we don't think about these things. We just see the carton and we use it. But think about what's going on here. And we're just exciting and we're taking the milk when we're not even designed to use it. We produce 2 enzymes from our baby, and renin and lactase, and we stop producing at 3 years of age. Now, why do you think that is? We're not designed to take breast milk anymore to 3 years. If we're not designed to take breast milk of our own species, what the hell are we doing drinking the breast milk of another species? And the calf doesn't even drink it after 3. Cow himself doesn't drink any milk whatsoever. So it's really important that we cut it out completely. Okay. Exactly, Donald. This is another important point too. I said about it being acidic, and dairy products are massively acidic. Now, in an acidic environment, diseases thrive, and this is what I'm saying with cancer. We have huge impact on whether we get cancer or any other diseases, be it by the choices we make. Okay, because casein, which is a big part of dairy, if you get cancer and you're consuming casein, which you will through dairy, you're giving it. It's like adding petrol to a fire. You're giving it all it needs to spread like wildfire. Okay, so it's really important, again, for every reason, that you start cutting out the dairy products. Okay, because again, casein's a huge carcinogen. And Donald, thanks for the share again. Colin Campbell, the China Study is a book you have to read. The China Study by T. Colin Campbell. He also has a new book out too. So what you need to start doing instead is, use products like this, like Rich said he's using it. Rice Streams is brilliant. Rice Streams is brilliant, like as a dairy alternative. Here's a Cheesely. Check for your own alternatives depending where you are, because I know we've got people on like from Hawaii, various parts of the States and Australia and parts of Europe, so these are products that we're using here in Ireland. But basic thing is non-dairy. Use non-dairy products, okay? And there's loads of things like oats, soya, rice, spelt, nut milks. There's loads and loads. Richie, yeah, loads of good. Like, take the lining of your stomach before alcohol. Like, it was actually true what they said, but this is why. So, in ways it's not bull, Richie, but this is why. What dairy does is, it's a mucus forming, okay, and it's really thick and mucousy. It actually lines your stomach, so it goes in and it clings. Okay, so when we were told to drink lots of milk before going on a load of beer, it was true in a way because it slowed the absorption of the beer into your system, so you could drink more, okay? But that's something that's happening all the time. If you're consuming dairy products, it's actually there all the time, like it's like the sticky stuff for catching bees, and flies. It's there in your system. It's grabbing all the good stuff and stopping it being processed, and it also grabs the bad stuff and stops it going out of your body. So stopping your body getting rid of the bad stuff, stopping your body guys in the good stuff. So this is where it's a glue-like substance, and this is where people get asthma. Stopping the body function the way it should, stopping the diaphragm and the lungs and everything function the way it's supposed to. So dairy products, like this is why I do full webinars on dairy, because it's such a deep subject and people need to know the facts, and I've just given you a few little ones there. Okay, green tea. Here's another liquid, but again, another massive fat burner. Two reasons, like one, it's loaded with antioxidants, and the more antioxidants you take into your body, the more efficient your body becomes, the more it's able to protect yourself, the more the systems are able to work better. It's all about antioxidants. The real foundation of your whole nutrition plan and how your body works. So it's important to drink plenty of green tea for this reason, but also it's a natural thermogenic, and people spend fortunes on thermogenic supplements. So these are chemical compounds put into capsules that people take to burn more fat. And there's truth in terms of they will help to burn more fat, but also you're taking on all the chemicals and toxins which are going to slow the overall progress. Plus, it's not good to have your body toxic like that. And I myself have to say, for many, many years, I spent lots of money on thermogenics. I don't want to strip facts, I bought thermogenics. Until a few years ago when I started to realize how bad all these supplements were, and I will only use whole food supplements. Okay, and that's why I stress you only use whole food supplements. And again, green tea extract is in what's most fat burners anyway. This is not as pure, it's not as effective as taking actual, real, proper green tea. Okay, so I drink as much tea as I can each day, just throw into a pot and drink it up to date. White tea is also great, Rich. It's got again loads and loads of antioxidants. Okay, so white tea is perfect too. So green tea, start consuming lots of green tea, and especially replace your coffees and your teas with green tea, because they're not good for your body and are causing more toxins and stimulants and so on. Green tea is just so good for your body, so start replacing it. Because typically it's just a habit, it's just a nearly addiction, coffee and tea. Okay, so you just need to kick down and add in something that's more effective, and remember, function, that's what you're looking for. Okay, grains, all kinds of grains are great for your body as well, great for your fat burning. And the reason is fat burning, in terms of your achievement of it, is largely determined by your blood sugars, and the more stable your blood sugars are, the more fat burning you're going to have in the day. If your blood sugars are all over the place and totally erratic, the body's not going to burn any fat and potentially will add fat. Okay, now by having grains, good healthy grains, what happens is they're low glycemic, they cause your body to release the sugars very slowly, so the blood sugar rush is not high at all. Okay, the blood sugar is released at a very slow level. So this is where consuming grains is highly effective, okay, because it keeps your blood sugars low. It's like having porridge, or oatmeal as it's called in America. Having oatmeal, having porridge, it's a great start to the day because you're consuming something that will release energy at a slow pace. And it's just loaded with great nutrition then as well. Like, all the grains are really beneficial to you. But just make sure that you vary your grains, okay? Don't just, for instance, have wheat all the time. make sure you're using all different things, and even things like quinoa and millet and things like that, things that you wouldn't typically try, but try all these things, okay? That'd be, consider that more seed rich. So, you know, grains are really important, and rich, like you pour that around, you know, pour that into your porridge and things like that, okay? Just saying about chia seeds. So with your grains, consume plenty and plenty of grains all the time, all right? Because that's grains. Right, lentils next. Lentils are a fantastic food source and great way again of cleansing your body, as many of you may have experienced if you've had lentils before. I'll never forget my first experience with lentils on a campsite. Sure, cleared my system out. But, you know, on a serious note, they are fantastic foods, and again, keep your blood sugars stable, great nourishment, great nutrition, you know, great protein source as well. And again, foods that will accelerate your fat burning, because the blood sugar side of things, again, slower the release of blood sugar. The healthier the food you're eating, the more fat you're going to burn, okay? And as I said, the lentils really work in cleansing your system then at the same time. So start adding lentils into things, okay? So where, for instance, you might have typically beef, you know, things like shepherd's pies and things like that, you know, or cottage pies, start having lentils instead, okay? So there's many different ways of using it. It's very important to use them as much as you can, okay? Don't want to see a difference between lentils and beans. There'll be quite certain similarity in all of them, really, Donald. Like, there'll be massive differences. You know, there's a little bit difference between what they are and protein consumption of them. Like lentils would be higher concentration of proteins, but they'll be quite similar in terms of the fact they've got certain amount of protein, certain amount of carbohydrate. You know, they're slow releasing then as well. So there'll be a huge difference. That'll be the main thing, just kind of the protein balance in them, okay? Is that okay, Donald? But they kind of be all classified under good plant-based proteins. Like I would still use beans, all the different types of beans, the Dookie and kidney and butter beans and all those kinds. I still use them like as a more protein source as I am in plant-based diets. You can do different things, which you can soak them for a while and then cook them, but typically it's boiling them. That's what you're doing, yeah. Just watching at the temperatures you're cooking foods at, because the higher temperatures for the quicker, you know, the high temperature and quick means a lot of times it's killing a lot of nutrition. So just watch the temperature you're cooking these things at. Okay, peppers, chili peppers, not my favorite choice, but again, highly effective. I'm sure many of you have had a curry that was really, really hot, and you noticed you were sweating, and you might have felt mucus coming through your nose, and so on. And this is the culprit. This is what's causing it, chili peppers. And even though that's not a very comfortable experience, and I used to always think, why do people put themselves through this? Like, it's especially something really not a nice experience. Now, I'm sure they're not doing it from a fat burning perspective, but they have a nice benefit in some of these chili peppers. And that's what's going on with your body. That's why it's getting so warm, because it's a huge thermogenic. Okay, chilies, and you can throw everything. When you throw into chilies, you know, pastas and rice dishes and so on. People have stuff with chilies at home, and even to soups as well. But what's usually going to do is increase your metabolism quite a lot. And remember, your metabolism is the rate at which you burn calories. And the rate of burn calories is hugely important, because that will determine how much fat you burn in your body as well. Okay, so adding the chilies things, you know, the salads as well, you know, pretty much everything. Just want to have a little bit of it, but it will make a big difference again to your fat burning. Now, I want to stress as well, you know, you adding one of these things to nutrition for the next week does not mean you're going to go from where you're now to dramatically different. Remember, it's a combination of things. There's so many different foods out there. These are few. These are 10 of the foods, but 10 foods will accelerate your fat burning. So only incorporate as many of these as you can. You guys make them into your nutrition plan for next week as you can, and you will know the difference. But at the same time, your general nutrition is fine as well. If you're doing these, but then you're consuming high sugar foods as well, you know, they're going to counteract each other. Okay, so just being mindful of that. Like, having chili is not going to make you look like a model in the morning, but it will help once everything else is going well as well. Okay, so that's something I want to stress. Okay, berries. All kinds of berries and dried fruits, fantastic, because high concentration of antioxidants and great nutrition. Okay, it's like the way raisins, like our dried grapes. You know, huge nutrition in them. So it's fantastic from, again, the antioxidant level. So remember I said about the antioxidants, that's very important to have loads of antioxidants, because the more antioxidants in your body, the more your body will work as it should, the more calories it's going to, or the fat calories it's going to burn. Okay, so that's one very important point about these types of foods. Also, the other things like the sweetness, what they do is they stop you craving sweet stuff. So if you do crave it, have a few bits of dried fruit, or in general each day, you incorporate it into your lifestyle. Like I have raisins typically in my porridge, I have berries in my smoothie, things like that. So that gives me my sweetness, it gives me my sweet kick, but at the same time not destroying my blood levels, and also I'm getting good nutrition. So from a fat burning point of view, as a powerful food in your fight against fat, it will help you to cut sugar cravings. It will help you to consume less sweets and chocolate, biscuits and all different foods, because the sweetness is nice, okay? And at the same time, the antioxidants will help your body to burn fat too, because they make your body better at it, okay? So consume lots of antioxidant-rich berries and dried fruit. Spinach, again, we'll go back to the antioxidants. Antioxidants, huge, again, as I said, for a number of these foods. And spinach is no different. Spinach is absolutely fantastic. Just also, again, the roughage from it clears your system out too. Like that's why it's important to have roughage, so it actually gets through your system. High fiber. With a high fiber in it makes your system clear itself a lot faster. Okay, and the faster your body is clearing itself, the quicker the toxins are getting out, again, faster the body can work as a whole. Okay, and green leafy veg is just such powerful food, really powerful food. It's very important to consume lots of green leafy veg, but spinach really is the king of them. And it's like even the show that Popeye used years ago about spinach. There's a cartoon, but there's an element of truth in it. And spinach really is the king of green vegetables, and one you need to consume a lot. Like I consume a lot of it. Yes, exactly, calcium. A green leafy veg consumes calcium, and this is where the whole dairy thing comes back from the dairy. Like this is a selling point for all the decades and decades was you need it for calcium. You're far better off eating green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale and broccoli and so on. These things are powerful for calcium. These are the most important sources of calcium you can put in your body. And again, if you look at fat burning from a whole perspective of your body, the more of these little ingredients you have in your body, the more efficiently it's going to work. So if you've got loads of antioxidants, you've got lots of great calcium sources, you're taking in slow-releasing carbohydrates, you're taking in great essential fat-containing foods like avocados and nuts. Just think of that whole cocktail of great foods and what it's going to do to your body. Now, if you think of what most people are doing, what they're consuming, it's the complete opposite. And that's why their bodies are not functioning the way they should. That's why they have the ailments, that's why they have the excess fat, that's why they don't feel as good as they should. So it's very important, as I said, to consume all these kinds of foods. It makes a huge difference. So if we go through them again, let's just quickly go through them, and we'll go on to some questions, and if anyone has any. And also give some feedback on the presentation so far, and if you learned anything. We've got avocado, nuts, and seeds. So again, essential fat-containing foods. So start consuming these because they're loaded with essential fats, and what that will do is it switches on your fat-burning gene and hormone, which means your body's going to utilize fat more as fuel. Whereas if you don't from these, like in different, as I said, weight loss diets, they'll tell you not to consume nuts because they're so high in fat. They're high in good fat. That's the difference between having nuts and a Mars because of the type of fat that they have, or even a steak, at that matter. So if you consume lots of bad fat, the saturated fats, it's not good for your body. If you're consuming lots of the good fats, it will accelerate your fat burning. Water, as I said, it detoxes your body, so it cleanses out all the bad stuff. The more water you can have in your system, the better. Ideally, work towards 4 to 6 liters a day. Let your body flush out all the toxins and transport all the good nutrients then as well. It's like people who invest in supplements. If you're not taking in enough water, you haven't got the transport mechanism to get it around your body. So you get out of your body too fast without being utilized. Okay, so it's very important to consume lots of water, both for your nutrition you're consuming and your supplements you're consuming. The supplements, like I said, only go for whole food-based ones. Don't use those chemical-based ones, okay? And take toxins out and make water. You don't need to get concentrated water. The days you don't have enough water, you won't get well, you look like a dog, you won't get cancer as well. If you're playing sports, you probably can't more, won't perform as well. It's so important to consume lots and lots of water. Citrus fruits, again, the vitamin C, high concentration of vitamin C makes your body burn more fat, okay? So again, an easy thing for you to add to your nutrition plan. Go dairy-free, so stop consuming dairy products like the milk and the yogurts and cheese, and then obviously things like ice cream or lots of confectionery will have dairy in it, or whey. Look out for whey, because whey is part of the milk that's thrown away, or used to be, and now it's become $1 billion industry in the supplement world. But I've noticed more and more products, like simple basic household products, have dairy that used to be thrown away. So start consuming non-dairy things like oats, soy, spelt, rice nuts, and so on. Green tea, natural thermogenic. So the more green tea you can have, the better. And start replacing your coffees and your teas with green tea instead. Okay. Thermogenic and antioxidant. Grains, slow releasing energy. The more slow releasing your energy, the better you feel, the more productive you are, the better able to train you are, the better results you're going to get. Plus there's huge nourishment and nutrition in them too. Lentils. So lentils are a great source of fiber, and that will get your body moving, get rid of all the bad stuff, and just keep it working like clockwork, and also a great source of protein then as well. Chili peppers. Again, a bit of a thermogenic, so it raises your metabolism after you eat them. That's why you're feeling that heat, that's why you're sweating, that's why your nose even starts getting mucousy, because the body's trying to flush out bad stuff. And the metabolism is working really hard. So chili peppers are great. Just throw them into different berries and dried fruit. Again, antioxidants. Okay, you notice a trend here, a few of these things of antioxidants. Because again, it's the foundation. If you don't have high antioxidants intake into your body, it's very hard for your body to function the way it should. And if it can't function, the systems can't function, the whole body is only working at 20-30%. So how are you going to burn as much fat as somebody's body is working at 80-90%? Okay, so use your common sense in that perspective. And the thing as well, use them for craving. So if you're craving sweets or something sugary, have some berries, have some dried fruit, it will satisfy for you. Spinach then, is last but not least, again loaded with antioxidants and also calcium and fiber, tons of fibers can get your body working well, and fiber helps your body to burn fat as well, because again the body's working as optimum. Okay, now what's really important again is that you look at these foods and go, what am I not consuming any of, and start incorporating into your nutrition plan. Some of them you're not consuming enough of, so how are you going to start eating more of them? Okay, so focus on it. The bottom line, it's your choice. It's totally your choice what you do with this information, just like all information I share in every webinar that I do. So it's totally your choice. And you don't want to end up like this guy or this lady. If you're like that right now, you want to move away from it. And this is where, by making such simple steps as changing a few of the foods, and like even replacing coffee with your green tea, or eating some berries or dried fruit instead of some of the snacks that you're eating, that's going to make a huge difference to you. And look at it for kids as well. Many of you probably have kids, or you're intending to have kids at some stage. You do not want your kids to end up like this. Like this kid's only 4 or 5 years of age. Look at the size of him. And this is quite normal these days. Before this would have seemed like a total freak, but it's not. This is quite normal for kids to be like this, which is a scary thing. And that's why diabetes is on such a rise. So quickly before I go on to questions, just want to remind you about our next Formula for Success live events taking place on November 1st to the 3rd. Now you can secure your new or your live stream ticket, because you have the option of either going to the venue, which is in Limerick, Ireland, so you can either attend at the venue, or else you can attend via live stream, which means you can attend from anywhere in the world from the comfort of your own home on your computer. So it's like you're doing right now. You're on a computer watching this. The difference is that you'll be able to see me on a live stream, okay, and see other speakers and so on. So it's going to be an amazing experience. The people who attended our last event in March have made such transitions and changes in their life. It's been truly life-changing for them, because we truly take you through a process for 3 days where you leave on the Sunday with your blueprint. This is whether you're live stream or whether you're at the venue, because it ends up being the same benefit, okay? Because if you can't get to the event, get on the live stream, because you're not going to miss anything. You can just do all the exercise and have people and chat to work with you and so on. There's nothing like it. And also confirmed Dr. Marilyn Joyce, and also and she's 5 times aspired for those of you who don't know her. She's going to be on a webinar in the next few weeks. But she's passionate about helping people to cure and prevent cancer, because we can. I said a while ago, we have the power to do so. Your decisions of what you put in your mouth and how you deal with stress, how active you keep, that is what determines your cancer. She's passionate about it, and she's to keep cancer. So she survived cancer herself 5 times. So she comes from a point of experience, and she's had so many people around the world go prevent and cure cancer. It's truly amazing, and it's a mission to help millions around the world. And I'm only too delighted to count her as a great friend, and someone I'm able to connect with and get on webinars, and she's a fantastic person. Other person confirmed speakers, Andrew O'Leary. So he's an expert in the alkaline lifestyle. Now, I moved from the alkaline diet. I'm not saying the diet because I don't like diet. alkaline lifestyle, because it's more than just a diet, it's a lifestyle, a nutrition plan, it's a way of life. So it's very important for people to move that direction and focus on making the changes, because remember, the more alkaline you are, the less chance you have of getting any diseases. It's nearly impossible to get it if your body is alkaline. Okay, so, and then take from fat burning and everything else, just a huge difference. So, it's just, I can't stress enough to you, I can't say enough about this event, why you need to attend. You really, really need to attend. And if you're serious about transforming your body and your mind and your life as a whole, because I'll be coaching on how to take care of your body, your mind, your health will impact all areas of your life, like your relationships, your professional life, your wealth creation. All these impact and are determined. You might have one area of your life which might be thriving, but every other area of your life is falling apart because they haven't taken care of number one. They haven't taken care of themselves. You don't start to care of you, and body, mind, your health, and you don't start prioritizing it. I can tell you, your success in every other area is going to be very limited. You will achieve balance in all the areas, and you won't have a vibrant, fulfilling life. And you might remember the slide I had at the very start, one of the early slides. It's about your vibrant health and life await you, and that's it. You determine whether it happens or not. So I put the link into the chat box. If you are ready to invest in you and ready to take your life to a whole different level, you need to get to this event. So book your ticket, whether it's going to be at the venue or it's going to be via live stream. So if anyone has any questions on the presentation, either the subjects that we covered or the foods, or they want to have questions about the event, just let me know and I'll answer them. Dawn, you're asking about coconuts. Coconuts are great. Coconuts are great nutrition. Wouldn't necessarily be a fat-burning food, so that's why it wouldn't have been on the list. But definitely, coconuts are great, and coconut oil or coconut butter is fantastic for cooking because it's an oil that can withstand temperatures of a very high level. So what happens with a lot of oils is if you cook them at too high a level, they go from being healthy and good to being carcinogenic. Okay, so that happens with a lot of oils. So someone might be having a healthy food, healthy stir fries and things. It's healthy in essence, but the oil is becoming carcinogenic. Whereas coconut oil takes quite a lot to get it to break down to stage of being carcinogenic. So coconuts are great, or even just eating their own, great nutrition. Let's see, who's this? Richie. Just started a mass gain routine in the gym and I'm taking optimum nutrition along with my proper foods. Is it okay to have this along with fat burning foods, or am I trying to do two opposite things? Okay, let's see. The gym I am taking. Optimum nutrition, I presume you mean are the supplements, is that right? Just confirm that. So in terms of mass gaining, you can burn, it's no problem doing fat burning foods. Like at the end of the day, everyone is trying to burn some fat, build muscle. So even if someone wants to put on a stone of muscle, they still want to get a bit leaner. So it's no problem to focus on doing some fat burning as well as building up at the same time. The more muscle you build, the more fat it's going to burn, because muscle burns lots of calories. It burns 24 hours a day. So it makes a huge difference to your fat burning anyway. If you're consuming these kind of foods, it's adding to it, as well as the other foods you're eating that are focused on building mass. Now, one thing I want to stress to you is when people mass build, there's always a big emphasis on, you need to consume lots and lots of protein, take all these shakes. You don't. I did it for years. I spent 120 quid on supplements, all different kinds of whey proteins and casein protein and creatines and everything and glutamines and so on, loads of different things. And used to consume loads of meat and dairy and everything because supposedly you needed that to build muscle. How wrong I was, and what a waste of money back then. Because over the last 8 years I've learned and used my own body as a demonstrate, plus other people's as well, like clients, that you don't need all of that. There's more than enough protein just eating a healthy, balanced lifestyle. When you're trying to gain mass, all it means is you need to eat a bit more regular, eat a little bit more protein, but again, focus on plant-based protein. And still do the usual things like not to be too reliant on certain grains, keep your sugars very low, consume that. It's a little extra protein. Consume a lot of water, because remember, water, your muscles are 70-80% water, so that kind of full look, it's important to consume lots of water, okay? So the optimum nutrition, those supplements, and look at the ingredients, and how many of them do you recognize? I can guarantee you most of them are just chemicals, and also you'll see whey or casein. Not good for you. So what I would stress you to do is to go get whole food nutrition, and I'd recommend certain products. So if you would like to find out the products that I'd recommend you to get, just shoot me an email and I'll get back to you later on or tomorrow on that, okay? And yes, you can, just confirm, you can gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time. And as I said, pretty much everyone does that. Fish oil is great, again, essential fats. Udo's oil is the best one out there. So definitely, like I said about avocados and nuts and nut butters, Udo's oil, again, is something that you could take as well. Or if you don't consume those foods, you need to get essential fats into your system. So consume Udo's oil, that's great. Or Richie, I think it was Richie or Robin, you just put in a question I deleted by accident instead of another one. Do you want to just put that in again? So just type it back in. And guys, any other questions you might have, just type them in. I'm happy, as I said, to answer them. And just putting the link in again for securing your tickets to Formula for Success. Like, as I said, I can't wait to work with those of you who've decided to invest in you. Because that's what you're doing, you're investing in you. And you know, if you think of what your life is worth, and you know, if you can transform your life and get it to where you want it to be, just think of it. Think of having great relationships and achieving what you want professionally and achieving your ambitions and having financial freedom. We can do what you want, when you want, where you want, and having great health and having the body you want and looking how you want to look and having great confidence and self-esteem, have a mindset that only sees success as a possibility. How would that transform your life? And you look at the investment you have to make to have 3 days of me coaching you, it's just crazy for people to not see the value in that. So, you know, if you're serious, as I said, about transforming your life and getting in shape and, you know, having happy relationships and all the other things, you need to get to the event, whether it be at the venue or via live stream. So secure your ticket now. Hemp oil is good, Rich, that's fine. Okay guys, any other questions? What's the feedback? Everyone find the webinar beneficial and enjoy it and have taken something from it now that they can implement? Because like I said, there's 10 foods there and I'm sure many of you are using many of those. So start seeing how you're going to implement them. Okay? Add one, even one a day or one a week or something. But remember, once you're taking steps in the right direction, you're going to improve your lifestyle. Okay? That's the key thing. Forget about taking massive strides. Take small steps in the right direction. That's what you need to achieve success. Alright guys, great having you on. Hope you found it beneficial. I'm sure you did. It's Richie, great, glad you enjoyed it. Make sure again, I appreciate if you can place comments around Facebook or also on the registration page, mybodymindfullife.com/webinar. Bottom of that page there's a comment section. So just so other people can see how you benefited from the webinar and what you thought of it. We really appreciate if you help us spread the word, because it's through people like yourselves who are experiencing it, we can get more and more people on to experience it, because you know they listen to you more than they listen to us directly when they don't know us. So really appreciate you spreading the word, because you can see this is information everyone needs to know, because we tell the facts, we tell the truth, and we clear the bullshit basically, which is out there. There's so much information out there and people, so that's why I'm passionate about it. I want to tell people the truth so they can impact their life positively and have a vibrant, fulfilling them. So get out there to share the message and tell people about these webinars, tell about the recording when it becomes available, and make sure you get on next week's Formula for Success webinar. And also make sure you book your ticket for Formula for Success Live in November. Marge, great that you've been on. Make sure you get on every week now, same time every week. And make sure, implement it as well. Alright Marge, great. First time on the webinar, so another person on. Great stuff. Alright guys, thanks for being on. Take care of yourself and wishing you huge success in the next week.